Here with Miami coach Anthony Noreen after a 5-2 loss to number 4 Western Michigan, and we'll take some questions.
Coach, a tough one. Second period got a little tough there again, but you guys fought till the very end. What do you think about the effort of your team out there tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I knew they were going to play hard for the seniors. And if you had any question about the team and the leadership, Ryan Sullivan, I think we all know what he's going through, and goes down and blocks a shot in a 4-1 game. I think that tells you everything you need to know about him and in our senior group. And I thought there was a push. It's 1-1. Obviously, we score a goal. It's something I've never seen before in my life, where it's called off because of lights being put on, but a little bit interesting. But again, listen, they are a very good team, all right? And you have to credit them. And, there were a lot of things I liked about our group. I thought we, good on the penalty kill. I thought we moved it well on the power play. I thought we were physical. I thought we defended harder tonight. At the end of the day, they make you pay. If you make a mistake, and they're big and they're heavy and they've got speed. They got good goaltending and they're good in every area of the game.
Guys like Sullivan, your other seniors that are out of eligibility, guys that have aspirations to play at the next level, to play at some level professionally. What does it say about the character of those guys that they battle through this adversity through the season? Yeah,
I mean, I don't think there's any guarantee. I think a lot of those guys are going to play pro hockey, and I think a lot of them will play for a long time. But the one thing I can promise you about those guys in that group going out is that those guys will represent Miami unbelievably the rest of their life. That is an unbelievable character group of guys that just does things the right way, and they were resilient and they fought through. And obviously, listen, no one's happy with the results, but you find out a lot about yourself when things aren't going well. It's easy to be on board. It's easy to be a good teammate. It's easy to keep showing up and working when things are rolling and things are easy and you're winning. And, those guys that kept coming and kept showing up, and a guy like Campus with a smile on his face every day that gave you everything he got, and Moltz and Sully, and I could go down the line, and the guys that came from other programs that were used to winning and came, and just they never turned on each other, never turned on themselves, never turned on each other, and always represented this program the right way. I think obviously tonight's about those guys, and it's a good group. I'm looking forward to what those guys do in the future, on and off the ice.
Coach, we talked a couple weeks ago about COVID kind of being an unfinished thing. Is this kind of, I think you've been in the playoffs every year. Is this kind of a weird feeling for you to not have anything?
Yeah, I've never not been. I don't know if I've ever had this as a player or a coach. It's odd. It's strange. You don't ever want to be there again. And obviously, I wish the puck was dropping on next season tomorrow. Obviously, we got a lot of work to do between now and then. But I could just tell you this: my belief from when I took the job to now, in the things that we said and we thought from the beginning, has only gotten stronger. I have absolutely no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. And I feel honored to be a part of what we're about to go through. There's going to be some pain. There is going to be some pain, and it's going to be hard. And it's not going to get any easier because the rest of our league is going to get stronger. With everything that's going on in hockey, the league's just going to keep getting better. But we have every bit of confidence. We, again, look across the rink, Western Michigan, another MAC school, and again, credit them. They've done an unbelievable job. But you walk through this campus today, and you walk through our facilities, and you know what we have here. There's absolutely no reason that we shouldn't be able to build, that type of team on this campus. There's absolutely no excuse.
What is your timetable personally? You're the coaches for the next few days, couple weeks. What gets prioritized now? Go
to work. Do what we do, which is you got to get to work on the recruiting trail. There's no days off. We're ready to go tomorrow. We'll be out next weekend. We're going to do what we do. We are going to do everything possible to make the guys that are going to be here, we need to get stronger. We need to get faster. I think that's evident when you see the teams we're playing against. So we need to maximize what we can in the spring. Obviously, there's a mandatory 2 weeks off. We'll go into spring break, and then we'll go into a spring workout that's going to be something I could promise you nobody's ever seen before. And we're going to get on the recruiting trail, and we're going to find guys that are going to get this thing on track. And we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to do that, and we're going to push until it's right. And that's the only way we know how to go about things. But we will get it there. And again, the timetable for our guys that are here, let's get them better. For our guys that we've already got committed, we need to go and see them and make sure we're keeping those relationships with them and we're supporting them. Obviously, a lot of them are going into playoff runs. Here, we had a couple guys that were playing in the Minnesota State tournament. We've got some guys that are joining junior teams. We've got some guys on junior teams that are going into playoff runs. So it's important to be there and support those guys. We also got to get out and see new guys and just, again, every single thing we could possibly do to upgrade this program. There won't be a stone unturned.
We've talked before about how, despite the results, you guys can achieve the goals that you set out before the season. I was going to ask, how do you believe that these guys have contributed to your progression towards those goals in terms of team culture and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think in something, and I won't get too much into what was said in the room, but because that stays in there. But this group of seniors, I truly believe, and I think they believe. I know they believe that they're going to look back on this 3, 4, 5, 10 years from now and know they were a start of something. And the fact that they never quit and the fact that they showed up, I mean, if you would have saw our practice on Wednesday in a physical day and what that intensity was like and how hard they went against each other, they never stopped. They never quit. Now we need to keep that. We need to build on that. We need to push that to another level. And that's in what we do and in how detailed in our approach, but also in just the type of people we bring in here and in the growth that guys have between now and next season.
Just for finality's sake, what is your message to this group of outgoing guys? I know some of them that have only been here for a year. A lot of them didn't necessarily start their careers here, but just for the guys that are moving on, what's your final message to them? Yeah,
I mean, just thank you and proud of them and love them, and they're part of our family. Like, that's one of the things I could tell you about me and us here as a staff. Like, this is a family. We will support those guys. We will be part of their lives as long as they want us to be. I think that's one of the cool things about coaching. And one of my favorite things about coaching is no matter what happens in your game, high, low, whatever, there's always other box scores to look at, and there's always guys that have moved on to the real world that, make you proud. And like I said before, I think these guys are going to make us proud, and we're rooting for them. We're here for them, whatever they need. And I think it's, like I said, it's going to be really fun to see what they go on and achieve in their lives.
Coach, how are you able to keep the team invested throughout the entire season?
I think it's honestly pretty easy. Like, you just show up and you work and you don't make things about results. Like, a result here, I'm going to tell you right now, because there will be a time when we're on the other side of these and it's hard. Some people from the outside might think it's hard to, like, you just show up and work. Like, you just show up and you do the same things every single day and you push each other to get better and you stay consistent and you have the right attitude and you don't accept anything less. And again, we just don't know how to do anything different. The day I'm not fired up to come here and have a smile on my face and excited to coach these guys will be the day I won't ever step in a rink again, and that'll probably be way long from now, and I might be gray and bald by then. I hope not, but it's probably not going to happen. But these guys, like, it's one thing as a coach to give a message. Obviously, you need guys that are invested in themselves and want to get better and see the big picture. And we're true believers that, listen, when you go through hard things and you push through a hard thing, the next time a hard thing comes up, you're more prepared for it. That doesn't mean it's going to be any easier, but you're more prepared for it. And that's, again, something Coach Katie talked a lot about, and I've heard him, and it's been really cool just to hear some alumni that have come through here. Obviously, I think there's a lot of perspective from those guys that have played for him and what he instilled in him. I think the same thing could be said for a lot of the coaching tree here. And that's what really matters. Like, at the end of the day, win hockey games, lose hockey games, football, basketball, whatever the sport is, like, at the end of the day, you're building men. You're building men, and you want men that when hard things come up in their family or in life or in work or jobs or whatever, that they push through it. And I think that's something that's really been really important for us in recruiting, is making sure, especially in a portal world, that we're bringing guys in here that when it gets hard and we are hard on them, that not just them, but their family and everyone else is going to lean into that and embrace that and not take the easy way out.
One final thing, the biggest takeaway for this season from you?
We got a lot of work to do. Like, we got a lot of work to do. But like I said before, my confidence is even higher than it was before. We've gone through this whole league, and obviously we have a ton of respect for every team in this league, every coach in this league, every program, the players in this league. And now that we've seen it, like, it's not rocket science how to build a team. It's not. But we've got to do a we've got to get, like I talked about last week, like we've got to start getting. You look across the rink and there's some of these type of players and Alex Bump and some of these type of guys. Like we need to start getting some of those players to Oxford. And that wall that's got all the NHL guys up on it, like we need to fill that wall again. And there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't be able to do that. Like there's just not. So we're going to work and we're going to find ways and we're going to get guys here until those walls are full and the ceiling's full again. And that's just like, we're not going to stop until it's at that point. And when it's at that point, we're going to push further.
Here with Miami captain Ryan Sullivan after a 5-2 loss to number 4 Western Michigan. We'll take a few questions.
It's a tough result tonight, but looking back over the course of your career, first of all, thank you for what you've given to the Miami program since you've been here. But what has this year meant to you, being the team captain, fighting through adversity, and what kind of character does that show for you and the guys in the locker room?
Yeah, it's an absolute honor. This school has meant the world to me, especially this team and this program, and I'm grateful for my time here. And everything about what we've gone through this year has been tough, but I think they're lessons that I can carry the rest of my life, and these guys can too, because things are easy when they go well, but like you can test your character every day when it's not, and it's just been an absolute privilege. It's sad to see it go by so fast, and these 2 years have meant the world to me.
How fast does it feel like it went? Week to week, sometimes it can feel long, a long week, but overall the season probably goes by pretty quickly. How does that feel? How quickly did it feel like it went through?
Yeah, it flew by. I mean, after that first half at break, and then once you're on the road with our long travel, just weekends keep going, and you realize pretty quick you can't take anything for granted. So it's tough, but I've loved every minute of it.
Ryan, do you feel like you guys have turned the corner on the culture that they've tried to instill? Like last weekend, for example, 2 great games. You guys played well this weekend, didn't get the results you want, but do you feel like you've gotten that corner turn of the culture?
Yes, I like the buy-in more from everyone. We're playing a hard brand of hockey that is culture-based, and everyone's bought into each other. So, granted, the record doesn't show it, but I'm proud of the effort we're laying out for each other, and that's what's going to build for this program going forward.
What was your favorite part about being the captain of this team?
That's hard to say. I think just being there for the guys and trying to be a good friend and a leader and just a voice when they need it. And through those hard times, I think supporting it's been an honor, and those guys mean the world to me. So being there for anyone has been a privilege.
For the guys that are going to stay behind for the next couple years at this program, do you have any sort of message for those guys as this program is trying to kind of get back to where it once was?
Definitely, yeah. I think a lot of guys can feel the standard of what we're trying to build, and especially the last few months, I think they need to hold these memories for the good and the bad and learn from them and build on what's going to put this place where it's supposed to be, and they know that.
Can you hone in on what your biggest takeaway is for this season specifically?
Whether it's life or hockey, it's just how you respond. You can't control outcomes, so if you can come to the rink or life with an attitude of we're going to work and we're going to just push forward, I think that's the most valuable thing, and I'm going to take that with me every day after this year.
Ryan, you played every game this year, and you did it over the course of the last month or so, month plus, with a significant injury and didn't bat an eye. How are you able to find that inner grit? How are you able to power through? You're blocking shots in the third period of a 3-goal game and laying it all out there. And what does that say about you as a leader?
Just how much this place means to me. It's just wearing that jersey is an honor, and whether it's my last time or these guys' next 3 years, it just has to mean that. It has to mean more, and it has to care. And it just cares. I care a lot, and it never dawned on me to stop playing with just a small injury, so I'm just grateful to suit up every game and put that jersey on.